I'm absolutely delighted to win the qualifier here today in Mullingar. I've never jumped in Dublin, not for any reason. My background when I was younger was eventing, so obviously there's not really any eventing at Dublin. So I never done any of the ponies or young riders or anything like that. And then when I made the transition to show jumping, I spent a couple of years here, but not much. And then I went to Belgium, moved to Belgium. So that's why I've never rode in Dublin. But I go every year without fail, and I love it. But this will be the first time. He's called Clover KCX, and he is by Korna Obolensky out of a Canon mother. And actually the mother line is really fantastic. His third mother bred Cassini 1, and there's loads of 150, 155, 160 horses in the mother line. So he's bred for the job, I suppose. He was actually with a friend of mine, Carol Cox, and I spotted him out there, and we went to see him at home one time jump, and from the first jump he looked amazing. So we very quickly done a deal and made an arrangement, and then all my young horses come back to our home place in the north of Ireland, just outside of Belfast. So he's been there since he's been 3. So I run a business called Westbury Stables, and we have bases both in the north of Ireland and in Belgium. I'm based mostly in Belgium. So the kind of business model is I buy good, very talented 2 and 3 year old, normally stallions, but not always, on the continent. And we send them back home here, and we have a great team at home. It's kind of headed by Neil Maguire, who manages all the young horses. And we have a fantastic rider called Johnny Mulligan. The credit has to go a lot to him because he rides the horse day to day. And then we have a great woman called Mags also, who kind of manages everything on top of all that. So yeah, I haven't actually rode the horse that much. I flew in yesterday evening, and I rode the horse for 15-20 minutes, and that was the first time I ever sat on the horse actually. So it was all a bit new for me, so I wasn't sure what to really expect actually. When the horses are coming 5, they come back to me in Belgium, and that's when they really start, I suppose, their competition career as such. They then will start to go to international shows and be promoted. My business is a sales business, so eventually they will be sold. I try and sell really top quality young horses. I sold a very good 5-year-old last year to Cian O'Connor, called Confidential. I've sold over the years some really special horses. Shane Breen has a very good horse called Haya that he was second in a 5-star Grand Prix in Stockholm a few years ago that originally came from me. There's a Canadian rider, Vanessa Mannix. She has a horse called Kingston. It's been second, third, fourth in 5-star Grand Prix. It's also a horse that I bought as a young horse and kind of produced up through. So my business is really buying horses like the one I just jumped here today, and hopefully in time in the future they'll be jumping 5-star Grand Prix. That's kind of the idea. So at the moment we have around 20 horses divided between home in Northern Ireland and in Belgium. And I suppose that the horses that come to Belgium when they're 5, we don't do a lot of shows, but we're selective, and we try and take them to some international shows and promote them there. I was in Spain over the winter for a few weeks with the horses, but now the summer has become a bit quiet. I am really going to focus on the younger ones. I have some really talented 5-year-olds that I'm hoping will go to Lanaken. So I suppose that's my next aim and my next goal. I have a second horse that actually also qualified today, which was ridden by Shane Dalton in the 5-year-old class. And it's a funny story. It was a few years ago. I was at the Stallion Approvals in Belgium, and I had bumped into Niall and Andrew Hughes at the time. And that evening we were at an auction for the stallions at the Approvals, and we both liked the same horse, and we said to each other, okay, let's do it together, let's buy it together. And that turned out to be Unicum, who qualified today. And actually, I haven't seen the horse that much. Niall and Andrew have done an absolutely fantastic job, and Sheehan does an amazing job producing the horse. So I have to give full credit to them. They've done all the work, and I've just I suppose I've just been along for the ride with that one. Yeah, I think the plan is for Unicum also to go to Lanaken this year with Sheehan. So I suppose that's also the big goal for him after Dublin.
And Shane goes clear there. Time of 73.56.